Martial arts stick training. You're going to be working with your Japanese bow. You can call it the Korean jangbong, whatever you want to do, call it. We're doing wrist rolls and finger rolls. This is our focus of this workout today. Finger rolls, wrist rolls. You're going to warm up with one hand, just side to side, turning back and forth. Build some strength in the wrist. Warm it up, get it ready for these wrist rolls today. We're going to do wrist rolls, finger rolls. Spend about 30 seconds per hand, just turning, get the blood flowing. Start to build some strength. The other hand, you're just turning up and down. This is all to warm up. All we're doing today, Vic, good morning. In this video, wrist rolls, finger rolls. I always want you to warm up properly, build strength, control, get the blood flowing, lubricate the joint, stay safe from injury in the workout. Now, after you've done that, start in the other hand. With the right hand, you're going to turn this up. Pinky side is up. You're going to open your hand, allow the staff to continue until it, I'll do that, until it balances here in the back of the hand. And then you're just going to quickly but gently turn your hand over, grab it, turn it, roll it over again. The weight or the momentum of the staff is going to go into the back of your hand, and your hand turns. So you're going over the back side first. This is the pinky side, wrist roll. You can see it's kind of hard for me to stop it, of course. But you can see right here, I open the hand. The momentum or the weight, gravity's pulling the staff down. I let it go. And then the key is, the hardest part here is not to flip your hand quickly, and you want to do that because you feel like it's going to fall to the ground. It's all right if it falls to the ground, just pick it up. If you want to use this other hand, give it some extra time, get a feel for it. You really want to get this balance here. And then, like I said, quickly and gently turn. From here, let it just roll over the back of that wrist. I'm going to do this for 30 seconds at least. Slow as smooth, smooth as fast, take your time. There's no reason to rush it. We're only doing wrist rolls and finger rolls in this workout. You did a quick warm up. We're going over the back side of the hand. I'm using my oak bow. It's a little heavier, but I like that because it gives me this balance here. I can hold it here, and again, the hand's going to turn quickly and grab it. We're just doing the back side or the small side of the hand first. And you can see we call it a wrist roll. It's really a hand roll. It's on the back of the hand. You're going in one direction. And then I want you to see something else right here. As I turn, the staff is going to slide, and I'm exaggerating, I'm sliding a lot. It's going to slide down so that I can recapture the middle. And again, the middle is where the balance is, right? So I have to allow my hand as it comes here just to slide a little bit to adjust so that I keep the weight in the middle. You're going to do 30 seconds spinning to the outside, going over the small side of the hand first. Go back into the first hand. This is the right hand. I did this side. Now I'm going to come to the thumb side. So your hand is going to be perpendicular to the ground, like a tree growing up, or perpendicular to the staff, and then it's going to balance in the same way. And your hand then is going to turn and catch it. So it's coming up this way now. Your hand turns, and you always want to try to catch it here, like to the side. Going over the thumb side, as opposed to turning it and catching it when it's here. If it's here, it's already falling to the ground. So when you're coming to thumb side, and again, I don't know if you can see, it's got a really long side and a much shorter side now. And as it goes over the thumb, you're gonna have to do the same thing as it's turning, but this time on the back of the hand, you allow it to slide up a little more as you grab it, and it's going to slide through so that you can constantly refine or recapture the middle of the staff. there's this constant adjustment that's happening that a lot of people don't see or maybe don't think to teach or mention when they first start teaching. And you have to get a kind of a feel for it. But that's probably the biggest challenge most people find is when they continuously turn. I'm going to try to do it there. You can see, and I've got one super long side, a short side, and it stops working. So what you have to do is you have to trust yourself. Allow it to slide. That's 30 seconds on that hand, and then go back to the second hand, open on the thumb. When it comes up here, my hand is perpendicular to the staff, like a tree growing up. I turn and try to catch it sideways, and that's as opposed to trying to catch it as it does a full turn. You can catch it here, but as soon as it hits right about here, it starts to fall to the ground, right? It starts to fall to the ground faster. So from here, it's good to see you too. You bring it here, and then gently balance it here, and then, yeah, absolutely. And the more confident you get, the faster you can go, and momentum becomes easier to maintain and pick up. But that comes with trust. And you're going to drop it over and over again. Every time you drop it, simply pick it up. Go again. The hands open, balance, turn. So we're going here to the back. If you need a bow staff, I put a link below. You can, and I get a small commission. It's just a little bit, but all that helps me to continue with this channel. So from here, you warmed up here for 30 seconds, and then you went the other way for 30 seconds. And so you have to kind of adjust it there. Now I want you to go one side and back the other way. And now this becomes a strengthening exercise. You can see the muscles will start to become more defined in your forearm because you're putting pressure on them. By turning, when you stop here, that puts resistance. It's like weightlifting, resistance, or push-ups. So now you're building strength, speed, power, a stronger grip, because you're doing a wrist roll in one direction and back the other way. Still with just one hand though. So I want you to get really good at wrist roll one direction, wrist roll the other direction. Do this for 30 seconds, go into the other hand, small side, thumb side. So I like to think of pinky side, thumb side. Good. Yeah, more tough, but you get the sun. The sun comes at, feeds your soul, right? But in a real way, it nourishes your body, gives you the vitamin D. So you get some sun, you get some fresh air. Everything's bigger, the sky's bigger. There's no ceiling over your head, especially in the basement, right? Good for you. Proud of you. Getting outside of your comfort zone. The only way you grow is getting outside of your comfort zone. So we're going one side, back the other side, getting stronger and faster. Then, you know how to do this figure eight. I'm just on one side of the body and then the other side, and you're carving this sideways figure eight or the infinity sign. We also call this the infinity or endless spin. And then when you're over on the same side of your body, this is the right hand, when you're bringing it to the right, open the hand and do the wrist roll on the pinky side. And then when you bring it back over to the opposite side, this is my right hand on the left, the thumb is going to be up, and you open the hand, and you do the thumb side. So it's pinky side, thumb side, pinky side, thumb side. You can also do this figure eight with your arm out to the side, to the front and the back of your body. This is just a variation. Now from here, thumb side, behind your body, pinky side. Thumb side, pinky side. So this is just simply a different plane of rotation. So I'm rotating it around the side of the body, and you're doing your wrist roll to wrist roll. Vic, this is for you. I want you to do this. I don't know if you've tried it yet. Most of the time you get really good here, wrist roll, wrist roll, wrist roll to wrist roll, and that's a good start. Once you get that down, I want you to challenge yourself because it's gonna feel a little different until you get it. And then it's gonna be like, oh, that's cool, it's easy. But this is also gonna build that shoulder stronger, and your elbow, your wrist stronger. Going to the side, and then if you can isolate it, even stronger. And again, this is that heavy oak staff, so I really feel that feels good. So now on the other side, thumb side to pinky side. I will do that. Oh, good. Glad you got that in there. So one side to the other side. Do this for 30 seconds. Once you get this, then take it to the front and the back of the body. And the same thing, wrist roll to a wrist roll. And then there's one more progression I want you to make from here, and that's going from one hand to the other hand. And this transfer is simply this, pinky to pinky, palms facing the sky. When you come over here to here, that's how you do the normal pass, passing it forward, but then do a wrist roll before you bring it to the other side and pass it again. So pass it, immediately wrist roll, immediately wrist roll, and then reverse the spin and do the wrist rolls in the reverse. First in front of the body, and then make sure I'm doing it reverse, and then to the side, and everything in the opposite is going to happen. So where before, when you're going forward, this is going to be thumb. Now you're going in reverse. In front of your body is going to be pinky, and behind your back is going to be thumb. From here to here, and then finally, and do that with both hands, and then finally, takes it on the same side. Going from hand to hand in reverse, wrist roll, wrist roll, wrist roll, wrist roll. So those are the wrist rolls, and that's the progression that I want you to do to level up your skill and get there a lot faster. It's not supposed to be easy, so if it's hard, do it hard. If it were easy, you would already know how to do it, right? It would already be too easy to do it, and then you get bored really fast, and you'd have to find something else to keep you interested. But it's supposed to be hard. Let it be hard. Allow yourself to struggle. Allow yourself to get out of your comfort zone in order to grow, and you'll grow really fast. Finger rolls. Yes, light blue. So now we're going into the fingers, and you simply start. I'm going to start with my left hand. Start with your hand closed like you normally would. You're going to turn it down just a little. You get the momentum or the weight of the staff turning, and then you're going to open your thumb and your first finger, and then your second finger, your middle finger is going to pop behind the staff. Once you're there, you continue to spin, and the next two fingers, and the next two fingers, and then you're going to come back up. Once you get to the top, you go back down, and then back up. So simply take your time with it. And again, heavy staff, great momentum, and it's really firing my forearm. It's a good workout. But you don't have to start with your heavy staff. So always start with the lightest staff you've got, and then slowly work your way back up. So you're going to do this 30 seconds. Yeah, once you do it once, it's over, right? It's like everything you thought might happen didn't. All the negative stuff anyway. And then it just becomes part of your routine. You're like, of course I work out outside when I can. I love getting fresh sunshine and fresh air and seeing all the people. And it's like when you do 5Ks and 10Ks and marathons. I used to run with a team. I'd get all my students together, would make a running club. And I wasn't fast, but I loved it. I loved doing 5Ks, especially 10Ks, 4-mile runs. But every time you go there, everybody's in a great mood. No matter how early it is, good, I'll bet. But you're out there and you're at the park, you're getting ready to go for the 5K, or the streets are blocked off. Not right now because of the mask thing, but when they open that back up, go to a 5K or a 10K or a 4-miler, a half marathon, go do a relay with some of your friends, and you'll see everybody's in a great mood. Everybody's excited, energized, a little nervous if it's their first time. And you don't have to be fast, you just have to do it. But it's like, find a way to get around people like that who are always excited to be there and in a good mood. You have to sign up and pay money and get up really early to go do those things. So you're only gonna find people who really wanna be there, for the most part. You might find some grumpy teenagers whose parents signed them up. That's all that is. So just the fingers, right? We go back to the first hand, and now we're gonna turn it into a 3-finger roll. So it starts exactly the same way. You turn it down, the thumb and the finger have it. The middle finger pops out. You go all the way to the last 2 fingers, and then the first 3 fingers come together, and it's gonna balance over the back of the hand like you were doing your hand rolls or wrist rolls earlier. Then your thumb is gonna come up and continue the turn. So it's down and then over the first 3. And just like with the hand rolls, if you don't adjust your, you don't let it slide through your hand, you'll end up with a really short side and a really long side. And you just simply fix that by letting it slide. When it comes back here, you let your hand slide, or the staff slide through your hand, and get it back into the middle. And that'll come with experience. After a while, it'll be instinctive. It's instinctive now, you just don't have the skill set yet, but you will. And then you drop it, and every time you drop it, pick it up. That's the only solution. People ask me all the time, how do you keep from dropping it? You don't. You'll get better and you won't drop it as often because your muscles are stronger, you get better proprioception or the feeling of the staff, you learn spatial awareness, where your staff is in your body, in space and time, but you're always gonna drop it, no matter how good you get. And then, if you're not dropping it at some point, it's because you're really not pushing yourself either to learn a new technique or to go faster. Now, you've done that 30 seconds each hand. Well, yeah, you always do, but let me tell you why, and it's not why you think. A lot of times you think, oh, I'm self-conscious, I'm watching myself. It's because all of a sudden you've changed your points of reference. Right now, if there's no camera and I'm spinning here, my eyes are straight with the horizon. And remember, Vic, I keep telling you, stop looking down, don't look at your hands. You gotta look straight ahead. And then you get really good doing that, and then all of a sudden you're watching yourself again, either with the mirror or the camera, and it just changes your depth perception a tiny bit. And that's why you start dropping it again. That'll go away though, as you get more comfortable with it. If you are recording yourself and you're talking to your students like we are right now, you're gonna make eye contact with the camera, so that's gonna change it. If you're recording yourself just to watch yourself later, look above the camera. Find the horizon again. Don't watch yourself. When you're looking straight ahead, you see your peripheral vision is like this. This is what's so important. This is why people get depressed all the time, especially, and it's a cycle, right? They're nervous, they're depressed, so they look down. Looking down releases all the negative hormones. They imagine all the worst things that can happen, all from looking down. And then it compounds, it gets worse. But also, you can't see what's really happening around you. It's like when you fight. And some people teach you, like, look at the throat when you fight. That's because they're a chicken. They don't want to look at the guy's eyes. I say, look, stare into his soul. Look right through his eyes. Because your chin's going to be up. You're going to breathe better. Anytime you look down, you've just collapsed your chest and you've just removed about 10% of oxygen. And 10% is enough to bring all of your emotions down and make you depressed and angry and worried about things all the time. So look up, you'll breathe better. Number 2, your peripheral vision goes out to here. This is good exercise, by the way. Train yourself to keep your eyes until you can't see it anymore. This is about my periphery. You can see everything here. I can see the floor, and someone goes to kick me in the head, I can see it as it comes off the floor. Someone's got a knife, they're coming at me, I'm looking at them, I see everything that's happening. It's part of situational awareness, right? But as soon as you look down, either at what you're doing or what's coming at you, changes everything. Camera's the same way. If you're using the camera just to watch yourself later, like to play it back, look over the camera, find a point in the distance, and then you won't drop it so much. Now, finger rolls in the spins. So we go back to the infinity spin or the endless spin, and when it's on the outside of your body, you're gonna do that 3-finger roll. On the inside of your body, do the wrist roll over the thumb side. Go back out to the outside of the body, do the finger roll we just practiced. So inside, wrist roll, hits your watch. That's why I normally take the watch off. I was being a little lazy today. Not lazy is the wrong word. I was trying to save time. So I'm going through the fingers here. 1, 2, 3. Over here, back of the wrist. Finger roll, wrist roll, and then the same thing to the front and back of the body. To the front is going to be that thumb roll, back of the wrist. To the back of the body, the finger roll. So thumb roll, finger roll, and then finally going hand to hand forward. And when you come over here, finger roll, and then you come over here, finger roll. I just did a wrist roll to a finger roll. So when you change it, go into the finger roll, put it in the other hand, go right into your finger roll, other hand, right into your finger roll. And then, of course, everything in the reverse. So now I'm doing the reverse. Over here, I'm gonna thumb roll, and on the inside, I'm gonna finger roll. Thumb roll. And the reason that you do all these different variations is because you wanna teach your body how to move, and whether you're fighting with it, and striking, and changing hand positions, and blocking, and doing all the different moves that you're gonna do when you learn how to fight with it, or do the kata or the form, or you just really like spinning it, and you wanna be able to freestyle or flow, your body has to know what it can do and what it can't do. Oh, there's the variation, right? Do your fingers into a wrist roll, change the plane, side to side, the transverse plane, finger, wrist, thumb, bring it back here, use that to bring it in front of your body before you turn, or however you want to do it. But it's the whole purpose of these finger rolls and wrist rolls. Finger rolls extend the hand, work your extensors, get your arms stronger and healthier, but they also change the rhythm of spinning. So we talk about freestyle. This is one speed, one rhythm, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and all of a sudden I throw in a wrist roll. It's like 1, 2, and. I just added back to 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 3. You get the point, right? And then the finger roll, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it creates a break in what you're seeing, so it changes the texture, the rhythm, the timing of the form, and it looks more dynamic. It shows that you understand more. It gives you a better workout. It also makes you more confident. You'll stop dropping the staff as much, but again, you're always gonna drop it, just pick it up. All right, do you have any other questions about finger and wrist rolls? And by no means is this the most definitive, the end of the line. That means that there are a lot of people out there who know more than I do, or know different things than I know. So when you find something else, a different way to do a wrist roll, or a hand roll, or a finger roll, don't say, well, that's not right, or that other one wasn't right, and this is right. Say, this is different. What can I learn from it? It's that Bruce Lee, Jeet Kune Do, take the best of everything and stay open principle. And then learn. Learn, add together, and you become more synergistic because you're taking things that you know and things that other people know, and you're putting them together. Maybe if they have an open mind, they learn from you. I'm always learning from people. That's why I love YouTube. It's a big online virtual dojo. Everybody, as long as they have an open mind, everybody's bringing something to the table. Whether you're a student or an instructor, it doesn't really matter. We all participate in this virtual dojo together. So practice that. Start moving your staff. Every once in a while it doesn't work, and learn from, oh, that didn't work. Why didn't it work? Or it doesn't move that way. And then you figure it out, and then you've grown. But you're only gonna grow when you're out of your comfort zone. So allow yourself to be challenged and make it really hard, right? Let it get more and more difficult. Yeah, use the metal rod, use whatever you've got. You don't need any perfect stick. There's nothing that has to be, and the easier it is, the better it is. Don't buy the really nice staff. Don't go for the perfectly weighted, graphite, super lightweight, super durable. Don't go for those from the start. Go with the broomstick to start. Get really good at spinning a broomstick, and then get a painter's pole, which will be heavier. And then get really good at the painter's pole, and then get a curtain rod or whatever. You know what my point is, right? And then once you get to the point where you get a bow staff or a jongbong or whatever style, the Chinese gun, or maybe it's a silambam, you get that thin silambam style martial arts stick. You can do anything with it, and then you're like really, really good. But start with what you have now, and then if you need a staff, if you're at that point where you want to spend a couple bucks, I put some links below. You can look at those, or find something else. Make your own. That's one of the best things about it too. All right, thanks so much for watching. Please put your questions in the comments if you have any, or your comments. Share with others if you can. If you know of anybody else who's doing it, let's grow our community. Vic, I'm gonna go take a look at that right now, and I'll send you some feedback. Thank you again for sharing. I'll see you guys in a little bit.